Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Hi, Kel. Hi, Jenna. I have my two lovely ladies in the chat room nice and early. I love it. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And don't forget to hit subscribe on that live stream. And if you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Pick yourself up a t-shirt or two. I'm going to be kind of a little sidetracked here because the Senate is on a vote right now. McCain has put up a bill that will allow FBI access to certain records. Now, the Democrats keep saying, put up a bill. Try to work with us. Compromise with us. Let's try to get something done. We'll work with you. Well, right now the vote is 58 yes, 38 no. So there's 4 more votes out there. And I don't know everything about the bill, but you know what? The Republicans are trying to work with them. They tried to work with them the other day, and the Democrats shot them down. And a lot of people are turning around and going, no, bullshit. In fact, on dumbass president's Twitter, he went on about that, and he was getting railed about it. No, there was bills that were put up that your Democrats knocked down just as quick. Wait, what's wrong with Cape May County, New Jersey? And the girls in the chat room, one of them said that Cape May County, New Jersey looks pretty messed up. Is that just a normal messed up or is something going on? I think that's... No, he's in Atlantic County. That's where Crash is in that area. That's why you just had me a little stumble on a heartbeat. All right, now I got to send a text. This is... All right, we'll see if he texts back. Crap on a cracker. Yeah, he's Atlantic County, which is right there near Cape County. Cape May County. It's a little bit south. Yeah, that's south of it, Cape May County. Trying to remember, it's been a while since, I've had to worry about where counties are in New Jersey. So, we're going to get to a couple things also. Last night I didn't fall asleep till 8 o'clock this morning. Had a very bad pain night. To the point that I almost didn't do the show today. Because, tell you the truth, man, I'm exhausted still. It's not so much just the pain. It's the lack of sleep and the pain on top of it. It really messes with you. But, so what I was doing all night is I was on Twitter and Facebook. And these liberals make me fucking laugh. It is hysterical. All right. So I was responding to some of the Twitters that were on the president. And it's funny, too, liberals right off the bat. If you disagree with them, they block you right off the bat. If you don't blindly agree, they block you. So, again, that whole let's have a conversation, let's talk about this, we'll compromise, we'll work on it, is a bunch of horse crap. They want it their way and their way only. Then I noticed, I didn't count them all, but there was a decent amount of people that were screaming that the president ignore the Constitution and just do something. That silly piece of paper that was written over 200 years ago, we need to ignore. Really? And one of the gentlemen made a couple comments, and it was like, you know, making derogatory comments about the men of that time. So I started doing a little snooping. Guess where they're from, people? Anybody have a good guess? No? Bueller? I'll give a moment because I know there's a little delay, so sometimes the chat room doesn't get it. I think Kel might get this pop quiz. No. They were from the UK. And one of the people, the runaway child. What does he expect from the runaway child of the UK? And I was just like, what the fuck? Number one, okay, Kel, I'm sure you can back me up while you had me on one of your shows. And we got talking about this Brit X, and one of the things I said is I have an opinion, but I don't like to tell foreigners what to do in their country. I'll have a discussion. We'll talk about it. But it's not my place to tell other countries what to do in their countries. Just as I would like to see the UK leave the European Union, and I hope that vote goes very well tomorrow. No, it's like, 12 hours away for it to start? I forget the whole time conversion. But I was watching something like 3 o'clock this morning, and they were doing all these discussions. They were saying last-minute conversations. I know they're behind us, time-wise. But it's not my place to tell other countries what to do. So where the fuck is it for these people to be on our president's Twitter mandating, and this is my problem, they're mandating that the president do something, and that these two idiots are going, well, I guess Congress has more power than anybody realizes. No, it's not because we realize, it's because it's set up that way. Congress makes law, not the president. We do not have a king. We do not have a dictator. That's the shit that pisses me off. Don't tell us what to do. Well, it involves the world, you Americans and your guns. You don't know shit. No one's like, well, I'm marrying an American girl and I'll be moving to America and I don't want to get shot. Well, don't go to Chicago, you dumbass. Pick up a weapon. One of the things about America is you're supposed to do it yourself. That's what makes America great. You are supposed to do things yourself to make yourself successful. And one of them is protect yourself. And the one thing I understand Twitter with its character limits. But then again, it wouldn't make no sense to these idiots to explain to them. And I've gotten through on a couple of people on Facebook when we get talking about guns. And I tell them the story about my father. And I will have some that will go, you know what, you got a point. It's given me something to think about. I haven't changed my mind, but it's given me something to think about. And that's all I ask. Think about what's going on. I'm not saying my view is the only view. It isn't. It is my view. That's why it's called my view and not your view. All right, it's up to 59 yes and 38 no. On a side note, it doesn't matter. When you turn around, you tell them that the Republicans put up a compromise on, Monday. Well, it doesn't matter. The House is just going to knock it down anyway, so it doesn't matter. The damn NRA. I kept hearing that, the damn NRA. The whiny bitches that are the liberals nowadays. But going back to what I was saying, I'm not out to say my view is the only way. What I'm just asking for is understand, it's not about, guns. Ooh, I got to go out and get a gun. I got to own a gun. I got to carry my gun. I don't carry my gun 24/7. Some people say that's not smart. It's my right. Sometimes I don't carry. I know it could bite me in my ass sometimes, but, to try to conceal, get all dressed up and conceal just to run to the store for 2 minutes, and I know that's the time it's going to bite me in the ass. But it's kind of a bitch. If it was open carry, yeah, it'd be different. It'd be easier. It's not about the gun. Ooh, wait a minute. The no lost the vote. Maybe one of them's listened to the Reaver of Common Sense show and is understanding that this is a compromise bill. This is something put forth to make a conversation which the Democrats have been crying for. Listen, the government already has too much access to our medical records as it is. Without a warrant, anything, they have full access to our medical records. I have nothing to hide, but that is none of their fucking business. Just as it's none of your business about my medical records, and it's none of my business about yours. I'm freely talk about my medical issues. I don't have no problem when I pee, and there's no burning, so that's why I don't support Bernie. Let's see. I don't have any other major issue like that. And if you haven't noticed, I was just trying to make a little joke on that. But it's not the governor's place. I hear that's and what's going on with these bills. Oh, they're beautiful. It's nice. It's great that we want to stop terrorism. But you want to give up on our constitutional rights? Do you know what happens when a government gets that power? And do you think, and it's not because it's the Democrats putting it forth, I'd be just as scared if the Republicans were putting something like that forward. To give our government the power to have a secret list. Do you know how stupid that sounds? You want the government to have a power to keep a secret list that supersedes the Constitution and does not give due process. Holy shit, does that sound ridiculous. Now, Jenny, you got me worried because he's not answering his text, and it's Wednesday, and he's normally called in by now. Damn, am I jumping around in conversations? It's not about the guns, people. It's about we have rules. Our country is based on rules, and all of a sudden the Democrats want to they change the wording, and they just say whatever the hell they want to get what they want. So they come up with this bullshit, and people are so stupid they buy into it. You just want terrorists to buy guns. You want terrorists to kill us. No, I don't. But I want to make sure that we're convicting people and charging people with crimes that deserve it. That we're not just running around blatantly pointing fingers. Our government isn't running around pointing fingers at everybody. You sit there and you talk about protecting Muslims and that we shouldn't label all Muslims. Well, guess what? That's what you're giving the government the ability to do. You're giving them the ability to blame anybody, anytime, for anything, and take away their constitutional rights. It's not going to end just with terrorists. The government is going to expand that program. They always do. They'll find a reason why. Well, underneath this, if you have, if you're making underneath a certain amount of money, don't be sorry, Jenna. But the ridiculousness that they can come up with would not faze me one bit anymore. And go to your wildest idea of what the government would come up with as a reason to ban people of their rights and expand the no-fly list, no-buy list. Well, if these people aren't safe enough to be buying guns, should they be buying cars? I mean, it is a privilege to buy a car, so we can ban that from them. I think Jersey Joe, he doesn't speak highly of the government. We think he's a terrorist. We suspect him of terrorism. So we're going to put him on this list. And we're going to take away his constitutional rights. And however, the listeners, let's find out who's listening. It's easy. We just go in through the computer and start pulling IP addresses. Because now we have put forth bills that the FBI can go to these providers and mandate that information. They can't tell the people that the FBI is mandating that information. So now all the listeners of any conservative show is going to be listed as a domestic terrorist. Yeah, the government wouldn't do that, just as they wouldn't label all of our military personnel coming back from Afghanistan as having a PTSD and a danger to the government. So they labeled them as domestic terrorisms with PTSD and revoked the right to own guns. Oh, because underneath the right of mental issues. And if you think that's exaggeration, you need to do some searches, because that's exactly what our government did. When our troops were coming back from Afghanistan and they pointed a finger and said they're anti-government now, they have PTSD. So underneath the mental health issue, we're revoking their rights. And all it took was them going to the VA, talking to the VA. Yeah, I'm having some nightmares, Doc. I'm having some issues trying to... I hate this mic stand. I need a better mic stand. But all it takes is our military going forward one time, and they're losing all their rights. And it doesn't even have to go that far. They really had labeled all of our troops coming back from Afghanistan as having PTSD and anti-government, and they lost their constitutional rights right there. And that's why I have an issue with this blanket mental issue, because who gets to decide what is a mental issue and what isn't? And I hate the term common sense gun laws. Holy shit, this vote started at 10:30. It's like 45 minutes into the vote, and it's still going. Who decides who's mentally ill and who isn't? Because I know a lot of people that tell me I'm mentally fucked up for being an EMT for what I saw for 20 plus years. Nobody in their right mind should be able to see all that I saw and stay sane. No one should want to do a career in that and have no problem seeing any of that. So I got to be mentally ill by their standards, and the Democrat standards, I should say. No, Jen, I can tell you right now, Sean hasn't heard from Crash. Crash, they don't have contact with each other. Not that they don't get along, it's just they don't have each other's contact. The only one that has contact with Crash is me. So I'm not like, oh my God, upset. It's just shit. He normally calls in on Wednesday, and I'll bust his balls later. And he might be just dealing with a storm. But, yeah, Trust me, me and him have been in worse situations. We've been in tornadoes. We've been in all through that, and we play in that. That's our playtime. Just piss me off if he hasn't called in today. Let me have a little fun, too. So, you can't give this government blanket control, and we're just, as gun owners, we're trying to be responsible and keeping the government at check. And again, it's not like any government has ever done bad by saying, let us create a secret list. It won't hurt you people. It won't bite you in the ass. Yeah, that's never went bad. And our government going, you can trust us. We are the government. Trust us. Yeah, I trust that as much as a colorful, brightly painted van pulling up and saying, do you want some candy, kid? Trust me. I just got some candy. Trust me. Trust me. Our government is pulling up in a brightly colored van, promising candy if we just get in the van and give up our rights and give the control to the government. Would you let your kid get in that van? I wouldn't. In fact, I'd be shooting that fucking van up. Oh, pouty lip don't work with me, Jenna. I'll tell you that right now. Pouty lip don't work with me. Ask my daughter. Pisses her off. Pisses my wife off, too. They'll do pouty lip, and I start laughing. I hate this microphone stand. Yes, I do. I need to find a new place to put it. So that's why it hangs down in front of me. It's a little bit easier. But yeah, it just amazes me all these, which came from the original part of the conversation. It amazes me all these foreigners that come into the conversation. And again, I don't mind the conversation, but don't tell me what I have to do in my own country. I don't tell anybody else. I don't know everything what's going on in Britain. But from what I can see, it's in Britain's best interest to leave the EU. There's, 3 or 4 countries that the people are going, please, please, back out. Back out. That's the way we can force our government to put up a vote to back out. The people are not happy. The only ones that want to stay in is the top 1%. The rich, the famous, because they're making money off of this socialism. The little people aren't doing any good. And they realize that they're in trouble. They realize it. They know it. Oh, my God. Like I said, hey, it's great. Let's have conversations. But these conversations aren't going to be fucking one-sided. And that's what's going on. They want a one-sided conversation. When I hear we want to have a conversation, I go, oh, shit, it's just like back when my parents would say it. They didn't want to hear you talk. When your parents said we have to have a conversation, they didn't want to hear you talk. It meant that they were going to be the talking and you're going to do the listening. And that's what's happening when the Democrats say, we want to have a conversation, people. We want to have a conversation. Let's talk. Ah, shit. We're going to get chastised by the government and told what we need to do. But I know what I need to do right now. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio and ICRN Radio Network. And pretty soon, it's coming up. Red Nation Rising Radio Network. We'll be right back. Whoop, wrong button.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you like that live stream, don't forget to hit subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show, and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store. Right now I'm trying to look some weather stuff up, and then we're going to get to something real quick. I found an article with old man Harry Reid running his mouth, and it doesn't look like the weather's going to get even worse. Oh, fuck. So I'm looking up. And that's when Crash does live in an area that they lose power at a drop of the hat. I mean, a drop of the hat, they lose power. So it's trying to 08307. I believe that's his zip code. Why isn't that working? Come on, you fucking weather.com, you suck. There we go. Finally. Oh, I didn't know that. I did by zip code, and I got up some Italia, Sardigeddon, Italia. Also has the same zip code. Oh, and by the way, that it did not pass. The bill did not pass. It went back to 58-38. And it just... It amazes me, people. It absolutely fucking amazes me. The Democrats keep crying that they want this compromise. They want a discussion. Put these bills forth and we'll work on it. Bullshit. All right. Yeah, I think he's a little too far away from Cape May County. Yeah. If anybody wants, you can look at a map. Cape May County is all the way south in New Jersey, and he is about an hour, 2 hours west of Atlantic City, which is like an hour, 2 hours north of Cape May County. So he seems to be pretty good away. Hopefully he just lost power, the dumbass. Yeah, it's the weather's coming into the Middle East. So let me get back to what we've been talking about. Where the hell did it go? Nope. All right. Whew. Let me get my glasses on. Holy shit. All I can say is, holy shit. I'm getting old. When I have to put my reading glasses on, I've had them for years. I'm supposed to wear them, but it just wasn't that bad. But lately, I go through like little phases where I need them, then I don't need them. But following the Senate rejection of a series of new gun control measures on Monday, Minority Leader batshit crazy Harry Reid told fellow senators the NRA does not care about you. You notice that they have to demonize the NRA? They have to blame everything on the NRA. This is what people up to no good have to do. They have to demonize, and this is what Rules for Radical talks about. They're picking a target. They're choosing a target. They're zeroing them in. They're making the NRA the enemy. Or trying to, at least. Adding that the National Rifle Association doesn't care for the constituents of lawmakers, and it doesn't care about the constitutional rights of the follower. Let me tell you something, you batshit fucking crazy piece of shit. Sorry excuse for a senator. You don't even know what the hell the Constitution says anymore. You dementia motherfucker. I'm so sick of assholes like him. The Democrats are not out for the best intentions of the country. They are out for their best intentions. They are out because they want control. They have said it recently. They're not even hiding it. Due process is in their way of getting what they want. And they want to go the fuck around due process. Shit, I didn't think that was going to piss me off as much as it did. I'm so sick of this happy horse shit. They think they're slick. They think they're smart. You're not. You're trying to move around the Constitution. And then they don't care about the Constitution. Motherfucker, you don't give a shit. So you're going to try this reverse psychology. Maybe it works on your dumbass constituents, Harry Reid. They are dumb as hell because, well, they voted for your old ass all these years, so they got to be dumber than dog shit out there. You don't give a shit about it. You're trying to circumvent the Constitution. You're trying to circumvent due process. You're trying to do away with the Second Amendment. You've tried to do away with the First Amendment in its entirety. That shot my blood pressure up. Oh, and Jenna, that wasn't a terrorist attack or anything like that. It was, what was it, 2 or 3 men and a female. They're on the way. One of the guys lost his daughter recently to heroin overdose. And there was a teenage girl that was in a hotel in New York City being, they said, held against her will, doing drugs. And they were going in to break her out from that hotel. That situation isn't exactly as it was broadcasted yesterday. It was a little bit of a fear type from the media. And also, they were trying to get ratings. Harry Reid doesn't give a shit about your constitutional rights. They have an agenda to do away with the Second Amendment. And don't tell me we're not trying to ban guns. You're trying to ban the fucking AR-15. Oh, that's different. No, it isn't. We're not trying to ban AR-15, but we want to ban the AR-15. We don't want to ban guns, but we want to ban the AR-15. Oh, my God. And they actually fall for this shit. That's what drives me up a wall. people actually fall for this shit. We don't want to ban guns. No, we don't want to ban guns. We just want sensible gun control. But we want those evil ARs banned immediately. Then they wonder why people are laughing at them. The world's not laughing at us because we own guns. They're laughing at us because we have assholes like you going, we don't want to ban guns. Nope. We want to ban AR-15s. We want to ban assault rifles. We want to ban semi-automatic weapons. And these dumbasses don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. These evil semi-automatic machine guns. They're killing people. They're mowing people down. One trigger pull. They're all dead. Dumbass, that's a fully automatic. There's no difference. Yes, there is. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. The assault rifle. Do you know that the assault rifle only describes the appearance of a weapon? And if you notice, they don't use assault rifle that much anymore. They've gone to military-style weapons because it sounds scarier. And it's a psychological game the Democrats are playing. And it's working on these weak-minded twits. Assault. Military-style weapons. Because the assault weapon, well, it's about the look of the gun. I could show you 3 goddamn guns that use the same goddamn round, semi-automatic, and have 30-round clips. And they're not part of the band of the assault rifle. Why? Because they don't have the scary black paint on it. Well, you hate homos. Well, you're the one that just said homo. Well, I could say it because I'm for the homos. No, you're not. Because if you were, you'd want to see them arming themselves and protecting themselves. You automatically assume that I'm against gay people. The LGBT, PDQ, whole community. And I just about the damn name, so fuck off. I've never once said anything about gays. I think they should goddamn marry. I have to be tortured and married. God damn it, I've gone through the 3 rings of suffering, and I'm still suffering. Thank God my wife can't hear me right now. I didn't get hit upside the head, so... It's because I back some people that, because of their beliefs, and they don't want to be forced into believing stuff that they don't want to believe. They don't want to be forced to accept the lifestyle that they don't accept, which is exactly what the gay people were doing. Is not all of them, because this was a point that was made to me by a couple of gay people. They're not forcing their lifestyles on other people to accept it. Because that is exactly what these people are fighting about. Not about the people who are gay, because they don't believe in it, which they have a right to. They don't want a lifestyle pushed on them, just as vice versa. And that's this gay guy said to me, is he goes, I don't want to force it on people. I don't want their lifestyles forced on me. I'm not going to force mine on theirs. That's all I believe. Should they be married? Yes. Do you want a wedding cake made by people that don't want to make it for you? Hell, I don't want somebody making anything for me that they don't want to, especially food. And goddamn asshole making... how does that taste in there? A little dirt in here. What else? Oh, look at that. Rat droppings. That'll be nice. Look like chocolate chips on top of this cake. What the fuck? Are you a moron? They don't want to make something for you. You go on your merry way because, people are shutting down shows in North Carolina and businesses because they do not agree with what's going on with the whole Batham issue. But their belief system is stopping them from doing business, which is exactly what happened with the that whole gay cake incident. because they didn't want to make a cake for a gay person's wedding. They got told that their beliefs have nothing to do with their business, that they had to make the cake. So we have a double standard going on with these fucking liberals, and it's pissing a lot of people off. That's not a pickle bite. That's not a Snickers bar on top of that cake. I mean, seriously, people. I don't give a shit who the fuck you sleep with. I don't care what you're doing in that bedroom. As long as you're doing it with an adult, human. I don't even, because if you want to do it with a goddamn doll, go ahead. I don't give a shit. If that's what gets you hard, go right ahead. If that's what gets you wet, go right ahead. I just don't want kids and animals involved. That's where I draw the line. I think that's a pretty good line to have. And let me tell you, just having that line, that opens up to a hell of a lot of shit. I may not agree with what you do, but holy shit, do what you want. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And yes. And I got told, not to jump subjects, it just popped in my head. Well, you're saying that the gun has more right to life than I have to my right to life. No! But my right to life and protect my life outweighs your right. Because that is what the liberals are using now. They're also using the argument, well, you don't have the right to take another person's life. The motherfucker is going to gun me down, and I don't have the right to protect my... Well, you're taking away his constitutional right to life. Your constitutional rights end when it interferes with my constitutional rights. They're so fucking stupid they don't even know what the Constitution's about. And Harry Reid is trying to twist it around. They're trying to demonize the NRA and these weak-minded dumbasses. And I wish I could just walk up and be like, give a give slap, just, dumbass. Wake the fuck up. Stop buying into all the bullshit. And, oh, my God. Maybe I ought to do more shows this tired. And exactly, Jenna. You don't want a gay wedding, don't have one. Don't like guns, don't buy one. And the religious to Christianity. No. Because back in Jesus' time, and I'm not saying Jesus was doing this, but it was very common for orgies to take place. Where men were with men, women were with women. In fact, sheep were involved. Meh, are you my daddy? It wasn't uncommon throughout history. People, knock it the fuck off. Live and let live. Your religious right does not outweigh my right. And that's where I get pissed at some of these conservatives. They get so uppity about their religion. Great, you have that. That's your right. But you can't force your religion on my... Poor lamb chop got violated. Hey, guess who's calling in? Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, everybody. Crash actually just called in. I'm going to pipe him into the system, and we'll get him on air. You there, Crash? Uh-oh. I think I hung up on him. There he is. You there?
Hung up on me.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell I hung up on me. Hey, you've had a lot of people worried sick because we're hearing there's tornadoes down in Cape May County. There's huge destruction down in Cape May County. And then when you didn't call early, I'm going, motherfucker, where is he? How's the weather up there, bro?
Actually, it's beautiful right now. I mean, it's hot, it's sunny, clear. You got some nice white clouds that are kind of pretty to look at. Honestly, it's nice.
Damn racist clouds.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Oh, shit.
But you're too far away for all the.
Matter, damn it.
You're too far away from where all the devastation happened, aren't you?
Yeah, all the tornado. I mean, we got the warnings, stuff like that, but nothing really hit us. I mean, I think we got maybe a little bit of a side swipe, but I mean, nothing outside of just a normal storm for our area. I mean, it's just honestly, just another day in South Jersey.
Hey, it's just a lot of people got worried because they're seeing on the news the devastation. They know you're in that area. One of them contacted me. Is he still on the rig? Talking about how us A-types, we run towards that shit, not away from it. And I could see you going towards it.
Hey, say that again?
One of the people that contacted me said that us A-types are the type that go towards that destruction and not away from it. They didn't know if you were still on the rig or not. So.
Yeah, like that would matter.
Well, that was kind of his point, too. We still go towards the terror no matter what it is or where. You've been missing it.
There was a storm. It was last fall.
Hey, I just noticed the time. We're going to have to go to a quick break. Then we'll come back. I wanted to get you on air so everybody knows you're all right. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. We'll be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm going to dispense with all the other stuff that I normally do because right now, the House is having a sit-in to try to force a vote on gun violence. So everything's failed, and the Republicans are trying to work with these jackasses. They keep voting down anything and chastising for the Republicans, and it's proven that the Democrats only want one thing. They're acting like a child, and they want their way and their way only, and they've been doing this for the last 7.5 years. I'm getting sick of it. Crash?
I just wondering how long you were going to rant for, my friend.
No, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give you a moment.
Yeah, it's the same old rhetoric over and over again. And like you said, they've been doing this for 7.5 years. It's whatever their pet project is of the day. I mean, they did it with Obamacare. You want to know what's in the bill? Sign the bill. That will show it to you. Otherwise, we're not going to do shit. I mean, they did it with that. They've done it with, just about anything that they want. This is how they've been doing it. They're getting their agendas passed through one of two ways. Throwing freaking temper tantrums like a 2-year-old, bullying the other side in submission, or just saying, get a pen and a phone. None of this is what the process is supposed to be. We've got an entire legal process to pass laws, to pass meaningful regulations for all Americans. And they keep wanting to talk about, well, this started a conversation. We need to have a conversation. There's no conversation.
No.
You guys are refusing to have one. Okay? You put up your two bills. One of the Republican bills was so damn close to it. They tweaked a few things on it to ensure that we still maintain some civil liberties, and you shoot it down. You know what that tells me? That tells me you have no interest.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. They're actually sitting on the House floor like fucking children right now. It's not a quote-unquote sit-in. No, they are literally sitting on the House floor to keep any House business from going on.
All right, we need to take up a collection. Blankies and sippy cups.
That's it. Yes, we need to do a donation to the House of Blanky and Sippy Cups. And let's not forget the dictionary for Democrats so they understand basic words. Fucking children.
My God, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. They don't want any type of compromise. They don't want a conversation.
No, they want it their way.
With every single, they say, well, let's debate something. Well, a debate is two ways. They don't want that either. All they want to do is they want to yell and scream. They want their way or the highway, and if they're not getting what they want, they're pulling these freaking antics. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what's worse is all the disinformation that they're putting out to the public. I mean, I saw crap on my news feed that late last night. I ended up waking up like 3 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep. It really sucked.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
So I'm poking around, and we're showing these pictures of what was it? They did an active shooter drill. They're teaching preschoolers how to stand on top of toilet seats together. Okay, that's what they're teaching. Now, I am all for active shooter drills. I am all for people being prepared for when crap goes wrong. But you know what? Give us the goddamn tools and do it right. The state police have been pushing this whole goddamn thing up here. I've seen videos on it. It's been all over the freaking radio airwaves. All right? You have an active shooter situation. You've got 3 choices. Run, hide, fight. Those are your 3 choices. Each one has its drawbacks. Each one has its benefits. And you just got to kind of make a decision, on the spot. But the best thing you can do is call 911, wait for us to get there, and give us as much information as possible. Okay, fine. Run, hide, fight. That's what my police force wants me to do. Run, hide, fight. Very well. Run? Sure. Not without my fucking family and my goddamn kids. That's not going to fucking happen. Which means, you know what? Running? I'll be running right at the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hide? I'm a fat man. Where the hell am I going to hide? I can't hide it out in the middle of the goddamn forest. Satellites pick me up. So, hiding? Shit. Not really sure that one's going to work. Fight? Oh, yeah. You're going to tell me to fight. Tell me, okay, that's my last line. I can fight. Oh, by the way, no, you cannot have a fucking firearm to defend yourself. No, you are not entitled to that right of self-defense. Oh, you want to use a knife? Well, now that's assault with a deadly weapon. You're going to jail. So you're going to tell me to fight, but on the same exact context, it's illegal for me to use any type of means of self-defense. This is the most asinine discussion I have ever heard. And this is what they are telling citizens to do. This is what they are
act like children.
People to do. They're teaching kids this stuff. I had a cop tell me years ago when it came to firearms, you do not have the right to defend your family with a firearm. Fine, I'll use a knife. No. You cannot use it. If you use a weapon against an intruder, you can be in just as much trouble as they are. I had a kid beat the crap out of somebody half his age in front of my house. Then he went after, I got the kid away, he goes after an adult. I put a stop to it. Never touched the kid, but I intimidated him. He then approaches me, threatens my family, threatens my kids. I waited. He wouldn't throw that first punch. Smart for him. Cop shows up, he tells the cop I hit him. Cop was going to arrest me for assaulting a minor because the kid was 17 years old. I said, he's coming onto my property, threatening my family and me, and I can't defend myself. And he's going to play the underage card? He's bigger than I am. Well, that's the way the New Jersey state law is. Fine. You want to arrest me? Fine. Show me the mark on his body where I evidently struck him.
The communist state of New Jersey.
And the cop even said, he's like, no, I know it's complete bullshit. He's just trying to jam you up, too. And I'm not going to arrest you. And in all honesty, you've been well within your rights. I'd have off the fucking asphalt with him.
Hang on. I got to interrupt. Because Kel has a question, and she's in Canada, and it's a valid question. She's asking, does the United States have castle laws? Kel, certain states have castle laws. not all of them. I live in a state, Florida.
Okay.
We have castle laws that says when you're in your house, that house or car, that is your last regress area. So if someone is entering that is their last area you have to retreat to, then you have right to full defense. Now, New Jersey, nope. You must run out of your house.
And that's actually what New Jersey tells you to do. If somebody breaks into my house, somebody breaks into my safe space. Okay? Cars just get fucking safe spaces. But I don't. Somebody breaks into my house. I'm to leave the house.
Oh, I love what the Republicans just did. I love what hang on. The Republicans just called a recess and shut all the cameras off. So now the Democrats are crying about it. They called a recess. Well, what the fuck are you doing? You have your recess now. You're sitting on the floor like little children. You can go get your sippy cups and blankie. You're on your recess.
For a little while.
Holy shit, some of these old fuckers are on the ground. Oh my God, they're going to have to call fucking 911 to get EMS to get these fuckers that have fallen and can't get up now.
Oh, Life Alert's going to be going ape shit.
Life Alert, what's your emergency? Yeah, I'm a dumbass Democrat, and I got on the floor to do a childish sit-in, and now I can't get up. That's not an emergency, and you're fucked. Bye.
I would not be a good dispatcher for that one. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't clean up shit.
Now that they're not on the floor anymore, the House just went back into session. I love it. Hey, they want to play these games. The Republicans just use the tools. They're acting like children. They treated them like children. You want to have this little hissy fit? We'll put you in timeout. Yep, now they're back out there again.
But to continue on with Kelly's question, New Jersey is essentially, we're completely backwards when it comes to this stuff. Now, other states, there is stand your ground as well, which is slightly different than the castle doctrine. Castle doctrine is in my car, in my house. Okay, stand your ground, which I also believe Florida does have.
Yes, we do.
Is in a public place, if I am being assaulted, I have the legal right to stand my ground and return blow for blow.
Not just you. If you see a felony where you think someone else's life is at risk, you have the right.
You can interject. New Jersey, no. And it's ironic. It was all over last year. Actually, for the past few years, you have all these people, they're recording people getting beat up. 6 people kicking the crap out of somebody. Everybody's got the cameras out, but nobody's doing anything. Now, what I find ironic, I find it completely disgusting that nobody steps in. I truly do. And do I believe that all these people getting their social media, all these likes and all these shares because of these videos? Do I think they should also be charged with some level of a crime? Yes, I do. Call 911, you fucking idiot. If you don't want to interject yourself because you don't feel safe in the situation, fine. Call somebody that will. That simple. Number 2, however, is such as in New Jersey, it's a very, very gray area. I see somebody getting assaulted, and I step in to stop that, I am now also potentially guilty of assault and battery. Even though I was stepping in to stop a crime or to stop an event, it does not matter. I touched another person, I am now just as guilty as the perpetrator. If you're the victim and you threw back a punch, depending on how it plays out, you're equally as guilty. It's completely ridiculous.
Okay.
It is completely ridiculous. And the worst thing is, whether it comes to self-defense, whether it comes to knife laws, whether it comes to firearms, the cops, the attorney general for the state, the lawyers for each one of the districts, they all enforce it differently. Everybody looks at it differently. They all use a different scale on what is considered what. So there's no uniformed enforcement of it, which is what leads to a lot of the confusion. It's completely ridiculous.
It's
completely fucking ridiculous.
Oh, and one of the things we're going to...
importing assholes that want to hurt us.
Yeah. Just give you a preview also for tonight. One of the things we're going to talk about on the Southside Mutts, which is hosted by the Jersey Boys, myself, and Crash, which is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on SHR Media. And, of course, Crash is going to say, well, I might not be able to make it. So I'm waiting for that one. But one of the things...
You're not going to be able to make it?
No, you. I said that you are going to say, because that's what you say every week to me. One of the topics I have is Attorney General Lynch, Loretta Lynch, said that with the Pulse jihadist attack on gays, that we may never know the true reason behind his attack. Even though he called 911 and declared why he was doing the attack. It's on tape saying why he's doing the attack, but we may never know.
That's completely ridiculous. You got a verbal confession, you half-witted moron. That was a flipping confession.
Yep.
If I called up 911 right now and said, I'm going to go into XYZ company and beat the crap out of somebody, and then it happens, what are you going to do? Do I get the same right? Do I get to say, oh, no, prove it?
We may never know why Crash went nuts.
No, why he went and did that. You. This is completely stupid.
Well, did you see that the 911 tapes were partially released the other day, and it was edited out, and it was like, who's calling 911? Well, I am calling in behalf of blank because of I praise to blank, and I'm committing this crime in the name of blank. You could read what was in there. Then they're like, okay, we're going to put an unedited portion of it out there, and they changed Allah to the word God in every instance. When everybody knows he's not saying all praise to God, he's saying all praise to Allah in the name of al-Baghdadi.
Well, now you see, that's actually very smart. That's actually, politically speaking, I actually find that highly intelligent, actually well her level, for one simple reason. Now, it's been a big, I've been very outspoken about this over the years. Okay, God, just the title of God is uniform across everybody. Now, everybody says that, okay, we got to remove "In God We Trust," one nation under God, because that's your God, not my God. I'm sorry, it's a title. Now, yes, the Christians, no, we do not have a specific name. It's actually part of Christian lore. What is the true name of God? It's actually a question that a lot of scholars have tried to answer over millennia because there is no, we never identify that being, that person, with an actual name. So it's always just been a title. But everybody knows, this whole political establishment, well, we can't crucify Islam. They use Allah. Well, we can't use that. We'll just throw the title in there. Oh, and it just so happens that title is the one that all Christians use. Yep. Now they can turn around and say, well, there was, a year from now, well, there was a terrorist attack where the name God was invoked as part of the attack. And people, if they're not paying attention and they got their heads up there in the sand, they're not going to think twice about it. They're going to look at it and say, oh my God, you're completely right. They invoked God in that attack. They invoked Allah in that attack. Oh, my God, it's all the same. Shut up. Where the hell is my blood pressure medicine?
I know. And, okay, they just sat on the floor again. The House Democrats, they did the sit-in again. And the House Speaker immediately did a recess again.
Round and round the ball and touch the ball. Hey, America, just remember something. We're paying them to do this right now.
Yes. Oh, my God.
We are paying for this.
Oh, what's even better is Harry Reid was on the floor Monday, and the other Senate Democrats started using that. 90% of Republicans want background checks. 80% of Americans want gun control.
Oh, shit. If they're quoting the poll that I think they were quoting, that poll was done over a 3-day time span, and they polled just over 1,000 people. I'm sorry, how many people are in the country?
they did a push poll, and they targeted certain groups, and everybody started quoting the same one. There has been no time in the history of the United States, including the creation of the United States, where 80% of the country agreed on any fucking thing.
Oh, my God. It's just... Oh. We're getting to a point where I don't know if I want to cry or laugh hysterically. This is just...
I know, it's fucking sad.
It really is.
A sackhead Sean that we need to fuck you up for not answering sooner.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Answering what?
My text that I sent you earlier.
Oh, you sent me a text message?
We were talking on Facebook message real quick. He wanted to make sure that you're okay. I know Jenna sent him a message, but he just double checking. Probably not listening to the show. He's got his own shit to do, and he's just making a joke.
That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know whether to cry, laugh, or slam my head into the wall so I could lose enough brain cells, go down to 1, so I could think on the same level that these liberals are thinking. It just drives me up a fucking wall.
It really does.
I mean, they're giving a true definition to Alinsky-style tactics, and then they sit there and cry when we point out that they're using Alinsky-style tactics. And they're being absurd. They're making ridiculous comments.
And they try to, and they do everything they can to stack things in their favor. What was that stupid-ass article? I think it was on Vox or some crap like that, where they made it seem like it's a common attachment to have a grenade launcher.
Oh, yeah. And it was a flare launcher. It was a flare launcher that they're actually pointing out.
And the funny thing is, I mean, you can just tell. The picture was so hysterical to me because I'm sitting there looking at it. It's like, okay, 1, wrong. Okay, 2, you're identifying this as a collapsible stock, but this one's a folding stock. One's collapsible and one's fixed. You don't have a folding stock anywhere in the picture. I mean, the way the disinformation is so absurd. I keep saying it, and I tell it to my kids, I tell it to anybody that will listen. Go educate yourself. Don't take what is being said at face value. Look into it. Don't even take what I say at face value. Look into it. And I'll tell you something right into the show. Send a message. If I misquote something, you show it to me, I'll own it. I'll own it.
We both have. We both have throughout our... I've done it multiple times on my show. I did it yesterday. I misquoted about an article. I had an older article talking about that the 19, 20-year-old that tried to assassinate Trump. And I didn't have all the facts, and Kel put something in there, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. And she pointed out that, hey, this kid was an illegal alien from Britain who trained in Britain for a year to do this. And I admitted right on air, I was wrong. I didn't have all the updated facts. I was wrong, which I should have known better for Kel to put up something. She doesn't put up disinformation on me. And I admit it, I was wrong. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
And I love well, you don't need a semi-automatic, the military-style semi-automatic weapons. They're evil. Evil. And I was talking about it earlier, and I thought you might find this a little hysterical. Oh, and the poor chaplain, not to change subject, but the poor chaplain in the House today. Because every time they go back in session, he has to go out there, do his thing, then they have to pledge allegiance, then the Democrats throw their hissy fit, they shut the House down, they start it back up, the chaplain has to come back out there, and he's just like, I'm not getting paid for this shit.
That's actually the most disheartening thing I think I've heard regarding the entire thing, is that they have to say the Pledge of Allegiance each time, and they're right after they're done saying it, they're disregarding the pledge.
Yeah.
How goddamn disrespectful is that?
It's
fucking.
Exactly. But the one that I love is they're not using the assault rifle term that much because they're learning that the people I've called on that the assault rifle is nothing but to explain the appearance of a gun, not the actual capability of the gun. So the new one they're using a lot lately, and I'm talking the political pundits and the politicians, the military-style weapon. There ain't been nobody in the military that has ever used an AR-15.
Nope. Let's see. What is it? They use M4. You put a grenade launcher on it. What is it? A 203. No, they've got all their own designation because they're completely freaking different.
Yeah.
They're different configuration. They're different.
You're talking
size.
Automatic on the military-style version that, yes, can fire, 800, 900 rounds per minute. You know, the AR fire is, 90?
Most of them, I think standard M4, I don't know if standard M4 is fully auto. I want to say it's selective fire, so it's single shot or
tri-burst. Yeah, well, the military's going away from the full auto because you have... And that's the thing. They're like, these automatics, why would anybody want an automatic? You don't want an automatic.
Oh, God, no.
It's good for a defensive, being defensive automatic is for. But for an offensive, no, you don't want because you have no control over the shots, really. It is a very...
No. An automatic weapon, a true automatic weapon, what they're good for is suppressive fire. It's to make the other guy duck to get our guys the hell out of the way. It's a supportive piece. Okay, and that's really all it is.
Okay, hold on. Dave Jolly, Representative Dave Jolly from Florida.
Oh, God.
I know. He has House Resolution 5544, no fly, no buy. The government must notify within 10 days, due process hearing within 30 days, and the government must prove by preponderance of the evidence. Hearing is private. All unclassified evidence must be presented. FBI is notified if an individual formerly on the watch list attempts to purchase a firearm. They'll knock that down. They don't want a way for
due process.
Yeah,
if the due process is involved, they're going to lose.
Yeah,
and they're going to be proven wrong. I get
because they want a suspicion good enough to take you to stop you from your constitutional right. They don't even want suspicion.
Yeah, they don't. It has nothing to do with proof. It has nothing to do with evidence. It has to do with suspicion of anything. And now, the fact of the matter is, I can be suspicious of this guy in the SUV in front of me that he could go off the road. Why am I suspicious? Why does it matter?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Take his driver's license away.
Yeah. But no, we're going to give licenses to illegal aliens. They have the right to drive. I've said it multiple times. I know we haven't been on air to talk about it. But when has it ever gone wrong when any people have given powers to the government to create secret lists to remove those individuals' rights? When has that ever hurt the people? And we got... hang on. You can answer that on the other side of the break, and I know you probably don't have a lot of time, but you're going to stay and answer that one question after the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and ICRN News Network, Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.1 and click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.1. Click on the Reaver store. Pick up a Reaver t-shirt. A Southside Mutt t-shirt. They're all there. So, Crash couldn't actually wait around. When he calls in on Wednesday afternoons like this, he's calling in between his two jobs. So, and he got to the other one, and he couldn't delay it any longer. He had to get inside. So he wanted to apologize that we couldn't continue the discussion. You can tune in tonight at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on SHR Media for the Southside Mutt Show with the Jersey Boys, me, Jersey Joe, and Crash. And we will be continuing the conversation. And we will be going over when has it ever worked out good for the people when the government has the right and ability to have secret lists that removes constitutional rights. I know the Democrats keep crying about, the terrorists. There is Americans on that list. Americans. And they don't want to give a simple way for Americans to get off that list and for the government to show proof. They want to be able to put people and remove their rights by suspicion. And I can't understand why people don't have a problem with that. More people. I don't understand how the Democrats can sit there with a straight face. The hell? Sit there with a straight face and talk about how great they want the Republicans to come to the table. The Republicans come to the table, and it's not what the Democrats want. They don't want compromise, people. They keep using words that they don't know, and I've made the joke over the years that I ought to do dictionaries for Democrats because they're using basic words that they don't fucking know. And one of them is compromise. They want it their way. The only conversation and voice they want is their voice. Twitter proves it, and Facebook proves it on social media because they block any opposing view. They only want to hear their voice. And that's what they call compromise. That's what they call a conversation. And I know I'm pretty much talking to myself about this. Hang on. I hate autocorrect sometimes. Sometimes I love it. It's they don't want conversation, people. They don't want conversation. They want it their way. The House is finally in order, and they're actually having conversations. Of course, Democrats are crying that, they were using tactics, so the Republican used tactics to end the hissy fit. And just as children, they're whining and crying that their hissy fit was stopped. I want to go over it real quick. I always say real quick, and it never usually doesn't end up being real quick. And we're going to discuss more tonight about it. Attorney General Loretta Lynch says that the Pulse jihadi true motive may never be known. And yes, me and Crash touched on it real quick, and it's fucking hysterical. He called 911, made a confession. Said, I'm doing this for the love of Allah, and I'm doing it in the name of some Allah Baghdadi of ISIS. And we don't know why he did it. They're trying to hide and manipulate what's actually going on. They're trying to twist what's going on so they can turn it to their own agendas. And this is our government at work. It's not that they're doing this because it's top secret and they want to protect us. They're doing this so they can hide what the true intentions were of this terrorist. As you see in the House and the Senate, as I point to my TV, don't ask me why, they're doing nothing but trying to circumvent the Constitution. Not just the Second Amendment. This is walking all over several constitutional amendments. They're trying to piss all over due process. They're making deaths political. Then they tell the Republicans not to make politics out of terrorists attacking us. But they can be political about whatever the fuck they want. Again, showing that they have a childish mentality of their way and their way only. And it is the Alinsky-style attacks that they so venomously deny that they use. But it's amazing how often they use it. The AG Loretta Lynch traveled down to Florida yesterday, where she presented Obama's administration as the protector of grieving gays from inexplicable hate that has nothing to do with a peaceful religion of Islam. Yeah, that's why one of the main leaders, one of the main imams, has called for the death of all gay people, no matter what. Not a terrorist. He is an imam. He's a priest or whatever the hell you want to call him for Islam. He is calling for the murder of all gays, but it is a religion of peace. And it has nothing to do with why that guy decided to go on a murderous rampage. And don't tell me, well, we gave him easy access to guns. Well, guess what? Give up 90% of your kitchen chemicals and utilities because you can make weapons of mass destruction out of your kitchen 100 times over. Easy. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm being dead honest. I can't even count how many weapons of mass destruction you can make out of your kitchen chemicals and kitchen utensils. And they want to blame these terrorist attack and make it political because they don't want to push back on Islam and Muslims. No, we can't do that. It's not them. As they call up 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, I am a Muslim and I'm killing a bunch of gays in a gay nightclub. And I'm doing it in the name of ISIS. And yet we have a fucking administration that goes, we don't know why they did it. We have no idea why they did it. This just has to do with guns when their own top Democrat in the Senate says this is not a gun control issue. This is a national security issue. And that is a woman who fucking hates guns. And she's admitting this is not gun control. She at least has somewhat of a brain cell left in that head to understand this is a group. And it's a group from a religious group. It's the only way we can describe it because we're not going to blame everybody in a whole group. So we're going to sit there and say it's this one group not being racist, not being xenophobe, not being anything. We're explaining what the fuck these people are and why they're doing it. And the Democrats got to go, nope, it's just the guns. It is that inanimate object. It is the evil. And yes, they've been so fucking stupid, they have gone out and said that the moment that we disarm Americans, criminals and terrorists will realize the wrong of their way and lay down their weapons, and peace will reign to earth. You got to be a special kind of retarded stupid. And again, I'll clarify because I know how liberals are. I am not actually insulting people mental handicap. I am insulting you dumbass liberals with that term. Thank you. Holy shit, that's a fucking alphabet soup. He is an imam in Florida that called for the death of gays. And he was kicked out of Florida for saying the exact same thing. This is not a terrorist. This is an imam of the Muslim religion. We see it in the Middle East. The same countries that paid off Hillary Clinton, the same countries that are paying off the Democrats, are throwing gays off the building for being gay. But, no. This was... Did I say Austria? I meant Australia. If I did say that, I'm sorry. Going on my little tangent and misspoke. And thank you, Kel. See, I have no problem admitting if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Fuck, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I find it funny, the only way the Democrats can get anybody on their fucking side anymore, they gotta lie about everything. They gotta lie about the weapons. They gotta lie about their intentions. And I know politicians lie, but this is on a whole nother fucking level. Do you know why we fight? For number one, we care about our country. We care about our Constitution. Secondly, we know the facts. And we're fighting against the dissemination of misinformation. But yet, the Democrats keep protecting a group of people that follow a certain religion that wants to kill all the gay people. But yet they protect them and say they're for gay people. How the fuck are you backing a group of people, the LGBT PD fucking Q, when you're backing the same people that want to murder them? You can't back both groups, and Hillary Clinton and Democrats are being paid off by the group that wants to murder the gays. But just because I want people to live a life of happiness, I'm some homophobic. Motherfuckers, my uncle was gay, and I never once had an issue with it. I've known a lot of gay people. I've never once had a fucking issue with it. You want to suck dick? Suck dick. Hey, great. That's what you want to do. I don't give a shit. I don't want anybody telling me what to do in my fucking bedroom. So much misinformation, and Jenna was putting there, oh, well, they're saying that he was gay, and he was upset because he saw those two gay people kissing, and one might have been his boyfriend. No, that is the shit that they throw out there because they're trying to cover up the ISIS connection. And I don't care whether he actually knew him or not. He did it in the name of ISIS. If I go out there right now and commit a mass murder in the name of Christianity as a white person, and it's against black people, I do it, and say it's because of that, oh my God, we're going to have 24/7 coverage until the election. Florida white male who stated he wanted to kill people because of the color of their skin is a racist. This racist went on a rampage because of Christianity. News in 5 minutes. But we're going to continue the coverage even until then and talk about how this white man has committed this crime. And in the name of Christianity and the name of racism, he committed all these murders. Well, don't you think maybe because that group kind of beat the shit out of him on a daily basis? No, that has nothing to do with it. Nope. He is a racist, and that is why he has done these crimes. The Democrats are the racist motherfuckers. They are the ones that are always pointing out. I had someone last night. Oh, you always got to label people. You're always going after those homos. You're always going after this group. You're always going... I haven't labeled anybody, and I haven't put anybody in the group. In fact, the only one that's been doing it is you motherfucking Democrats. So who's the racist? Not me. Knock it the fuck off. Oh, my blood pressure. I need to, start meditating or something after shows. Jenna, I get the phone call from my mom all the time. My mom's not a dumb woman. She's a very smart woman. And the shit that's going on, it's just... Everybody's trying to throw misinformation to get what they want. Oh, we want background checks. We got background checks. It wouldn't have stopped a single one of these murders. Do you know what all these mass murders have in common? Do you know what they all have in common? Gun-free zones. Sorry, my microphone stand just kind of almost fell apart on me. I hate these cheap connections. I need a machine shop to build a better connection. It drives me up a wall, people. We have a government that wants to label people on a secret list without proof, just suspicion, and remove their constitutional rights. And you know what, Jenna? Don't believe what I say either. Double check what I say. I could be wrong too. All of us could be wrong. And I appreciate the vote of confidence. I do. But I always say, I recommend, I don't want anybody believing me wholeheartedly. Look into my information. The information is out there, and that's these Democrats that they're purposely throwing misinformation. That's what really burns my ass. Guns are bad. Guns kill people. I've been around guns my whole fucking life. I've been around unsecure, loaded weapons at all time throughout my life, and I never once shot myself. The only time we've had an incident with a gun violence is when a man walked in illegally carrying a weapon into my father's work, pulled it out, held my dad's boss and my dad at gunpoint. There was nothing they can do because they did not have the right in the state of New Jersey to carry a weapon to protect themselves. When a criminal comes knocking, you don't have a cop there. What's worse, it was a machine-type shop. A lot of loud noises always happening. So when the people in the front office that worked for a different company heard the bangs, they thought it was they dropped a machine or something. Didn't think twice of it. It wasn't until my dad laid on that floor bleeding out, got the guts to stand up through all the pain, walk about 25 yards using a push broom as a crutch. Scared shitless because at any time that gunman could have come, he was thinking was going to come back and finish the job. Or the moment he walked and turned around the corner, there the guy was going to be. Still unarmed. Had to walk the 25 yards to the front office. Scare the shit out of the secretary because he's walking in covered in blood and sits down. And then 911 got called. But I'm supposed to blame the gun. Sorry. I'm supposed to blame the gun for the action of that man. It wasn't the gun. It was the fact that New Jersey did not allow my father or his boss to defend himself. My dad had to stand there and watch his boss get murdered. 2 shots, dead point to the head. My dad got super lucky. My dad was also a strong man and fought his way. He knew he could have just laid there and went to sleep, and that was the end of it. These motherfuckers that talk about guns don't know shit about guns. Sorry. They don't know shit about guns. But they tell you what we have to do, and we have to disarm. They're leading us to the slaughter. They created these gun-free zones, and we have slaughter happening. But I don't see any of these Democrats coming to talk to me or my family about the gun violence that happened. They don't want our point of view because they know I'll tell them to go fuck themselves in a heartbeat. That I ain't buying their bullshit and that their gun-free zones are what causes the carnage, not the gun. Don't forget tonight, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR Media, is the Southside Mutts show, hosted by the Jersey Boys, myself, and Crash. So hopefully you'll tune in tonight. Sorry, it's kind of got me a little bit talking some of that stuff. I talk about shooting, but I don't normally talk that in depth. And then I got told also one last thing. I don't care about humans. I couldn't give a rat's ass about humans, as I spent 20 to 25 years of my life both volunteer and paid at the same time, going and saving people's lives while putting my life and my body through hell for complete strangers, while these Democrats, what do? They talk. They have no action. See you tonight, 8 p.m. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.